Welcome back to Hanging with JLR. I'm JLR, and I'm glad you could hang around with me today. I'm just going to be talking about a couple of little topics I thought would be pretty nice, which I think one of them is going to be talking about first jobs. It's like there's not much I could really say because I've only had a job, like one job, but I'd like to talk about it. And I guess I'll see you guys after the intro. So, like I said, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the first job. It's like, but first, I'm going to try my best to sell out a little bit. I have a Facebook page for the Hanging with JLR. You can just look it up, or it'll be in the link in the description below if you want to go and like it and comment, message a couple of things. I always post whenever I update or upload a podcast or something like that to my channel. So it's like you can always keep in touch with me there. And you can actually, I think I found an email that I haven't used for a while, but it's like I thought you could at least try your best to use it if you want to send me articles for me to check out and say on the podcast. If there's anything or question you have that for me to answer, or you just want to talk or have a little chat about something. So you can talk to me about anything. I'll have it. I'll have it in the description below. The email will be right there, and those would be the two ways to be able to keep this thing going. I thought I'd at least try my best to let everyone in the community be there and be able to have a say and have me like talk about whatever they want to hear. So now that we've got that out of the way, let me take a deep breath. Okay. Sorry, that was all at once a lot to say. But I thought I'd talk about first jobs. First jobs, usually most people could start at about 16 or so. At least US standard. I don't know how it is in most places. Most of the time you can get a job at 18. Sometimes it's even earlier than 16, but it just kind of depends on the state in a way. But um yeah, it's like I don't have a lot to say cuz I didn't have a job until I got out of high school, which was 2018, so it wasn't much of a thing. But my first job, as I think I've said in a couple of different videos, but was I started at a radio station. It was a local radio station, a little local one. So that was about most of what my first job was. I started out with YouTube and ended up doing, and just kind of like whenever I had that little bit of a drop off where I stopped and tried to get all my equipment to work out and so forth, and I came back about, what was it, uh, middle to late June, or sorry, July of 2018, and I ended up coming back and making more content and better content, especially whenever I got the PC upgrade and everything in, I think it was December, around December. Um, so yeah, I'm glad that I was able to come back and do great, like, in a way, great videos, great quality videos, and stuff that I wanted to do, especially with getting the podcast in a way started. Because I started with JLR on the air back in August, but it's like it didn't work out. It didn't seem like it was worth my time. But I always wanted to do something like where I could just kind of talk on air and just have a nice time. And it's like I always was interested in music. Most of my music was always anywhere from 50s to about 80s. And it was never like classic rock or so forth. Most of it was about uh, like the love songs, the disco, Motown kind of thing. So it's like a lot of it was just the softer side of everything. Like there was soft rock that I listened to, but it's a lot of it was just put within like the softer side of the oldies. So it's like I ended up getting into radio because I was like, YouTube, I'm not going to be, it's like I want to do stuff like YouTube, but I want to be able to actually have it as a job, which at the time, YouTube's not anything near worth or a job, but it's more of a hobby at this point. Um, but it's like I decided to go ahead and work or send a message to the local radio station, and because it was all at once a summer thing, I applied to UPS, uh, and I started to go to like post office and stuff like that, and go into that field because it has benefits, it has pay, it has all this nice stuff, and I decided not to, and UPS actually just didn't even answer my application. so so I was like, over the summer I was like, well, I like doing YouTube. I'm trying my best to get back into it. Radio's not too far off. So why not? It's like I already talked to myself enough and into a microphone at least. So it's like, because I know the one of you listening out there is about uh it's about it. So I always look at it and just kind of go along with it. So I decided to make it a job. So I decided to go ahead and do that. I could do the local stuff and do YouTube whenever I got home in my spare time, which is why I try my best to regulate my videos and I can't always record a lot. So that's why it's like I try my best to make as many videos as I can, which I actually have a couple different gameplay videos coming out soon. But anyway, it's like my first job ended up being a radio station. And it's like I've pretty much been working there for I think 6 months. Like I contacted in the probably about early August, and it ended up being a thing where I wanted to see how I could get into radio. Not even the fact of, hey, do you have a job? Because I wouldn't try to sound desperate. But anyway, I looked at it and he they pretty much just said, well, there's not much to it. Just try your best to apply, and uh, it's like there's no like college background because talking to a microphone, it's like you just gotta have an art for it. You gotta have an art to talk to yourself. It's just you gotta talk to the one person you trust and so forth. But uh, pretty much I ended up just kind of like sitting around doing YouTube, trying my best to figure out. And around September, they were like, "Hey, you still looking for a job?" And I'm like, "Eh, sure, why not?" So I ended up coming in, and they uh, hired me for something. Then ended up some guy left from the station, and ended up upgrading me to a different position where I came in and like ended up doing more things, which is solid. I like it. I enjoy my first job, which a lot of people, I can't really say that a lot of people always enjoy their first job because a lot of them have fast food like things because that's a huge thing. A lot of people from my school started off at 16. Some of them even got out of school and had to go work at like a fast food place, which let me see. It's like most fast foods actually pay not bad actually, but it's like most people would expect them to not pay good, but they're not bad. Uh, with most like places, like especially fast food, it's like you just don't want to have to deal with the people. That's more of what it is. Because when people are hungry, it's not a good sign. That's why you have the Snickers commercials that come on and it's just like, you're not you when you're hungry, because it's just kind of how it is. Uh, it's like my mom works at a pharmacy, and it's like it's like that's one of the places you never want to look, like never want to work at, because you got crazy people that are off of their meds or out of their meds. You can't be fighting with people then, so it's not a good sign. But um, with the working at a radio station, it's not too hard if you know what you're doing. It's like from when I've done YouTube, that was a big help in my direction of starting into radio, which is with radio, it actually ended up helping me upgrade my setup. That's why I have the audio mixer with the audio like interface, I should say, uh, that I got, which will be in a video at one point. I'm waiting to get a camera because I'm going to actually upgrade my setup with a little bit of a webcam kind of thing, so I could at least maybe even do some video. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. The A video version of Hanging with JLR, so I can get to know everyone, and you be able to see me, have a more connection with me, if you want to say. But that's just kind of how that one's going to turn out. It's like I have a audio interface and a XLR microphone, which is the Rode Procaster. I actually have another microphone coming, so I can do a test on it, which will be, I think, more towards May. 'Cause I think they had a huge like layback, like a hold up kind of thing, like a delay, in shipment. So it probably won't be here till about May. Yeah. So that's just kind of how that one ended up. I'm trying my best to still kind of get used to using the boards and stuff like here at my house, and having a setup like this makes it so much easier to where it's like if I'm not at the station or can't get to the station, I can do stuff here. It's not hard and it's very simple. So I like having all this stuff, and I was glad, and it's a job that paid enough for me to get my setup to upgrade, which was at least like during Black Friday, so I saved like hundreds. I saved about hundreds of dollars, I should say. Um, it's like just saying, best time to buy anything, Black Friday. So yeah, that's about it. Um, I thought everyone could at least. It's like no, we're talking about first jobs at least. You can comment down below what your first job was. Was it a local place? Was it a worldwide, like, known fast food chain, like a McDonald's or something? Because there's no shame at working McDonald's. It's just you have to deal with people, and I salute you for that. Because I always try to be nice to everyone, which was why I was glad to work at a radio station. At senior year, I ended up getting more, in a way, out to where I could, like, speak to people and not have that whole shy feel to me. That's why, in a way, my videos ended up being a lot better, I think. So, working at the radio station helps because you see, it's like you'd expect. It's radio. You don't see people. You definitely don't see people. You barely, it's like you're talking into a microphone by yourself. It's like you don't see anyone. No, there's actually a lot of people that come into a radio station because you got people that you work with, which there's not many people that I work with. But you got customers, you got people who are just coming to find out stuff, people that are that win prizes and so forth, because we always have to hold contests, which I might try that one day. One day. At least on the YouTube channel, I gotta try something. But that's how my first job went. I really enjoyed it. I still have it today, and I can't wait to see how it progresses, if I can stay there or how it works. So, I hope you all enjoyed this little bit of a talk about my first job, at least, and about other people's first jobs. It's like a lot of people, with most first jobs, you don't need college experience. Yet some people don't go and get a first job and just kind of go straight to college, which is all right. I didn't go, which it was more of my choice. I think it was more of a situation where it's like I could hold back and try my best to find a job first, and if I can't, then I might go to college just to kind of do it. But I ended up, most of the stuff I wanted to do was never college based. So I have a lot of friends who, well, some of them want to go and do politics. Some of them wanted to go into computer and so forth. So that was kind of how that one ended up. So I ended up not going the college route, which was a solid way good, because a lot of people that I knew pretty much have had different troubles with college and so forth. So I think it was an all right deal, because I enjoy my job. Let me see how I can go about that. But yeah, I think that's about all I can really say. So don't forget, to comment down below what your first job was. Um, and I'm glad you could hang out with me. I hope you can hang around with me again. Don't forget about the Facebook page that will be linked down in the description. And always remember that the email is also down there. So it's like you can send me an article, a question if you don't want to send it through the Facebook page, and so forth. I found a little email that I used on a channel that I was going to start up and ended up not doing. So I just decided to go ahead and use it for this. I thought it'd be nice. I thought it'd be whatever, because it's like I just kind of created the email and never got like fully doing anything with it. So yeah, don't forget that you can always share like an article or a question or anything you want, and you could also do it through our Facebook page, which is also linked down in the description, like I said. So hope you all enjoy and can't wait to hang out with you some other time. Have a good one.